you started to create the long game for you. And you started that with sort of the end in mind.
Right.
Talk through that eulogy process. Share with everybody kind of what exercise you did to have that come to light.
Well, to help me get clear on what I wanted, I had a yellow notebook just like you got sitting there in front of you. And I sat down, and this is when I would consider it like the dark ages, when the wheels were coming off everywhere. And I wrote down my own eulogy, did it in a longhand with a pen and a yellow pad, and what would people say about me when I was gone? And I still have it today. I mean, there's tears on that page. The ink is messy, and it was very raw and very honest about the fact that no one was going to give two, rips about this guy, because he was very selfish, and he was really just putting himself above everything else. And so, like I said, I wrote that in 2003, and I've kept it ever since. And then I wrote a second one that was, okay, let's say this guy gets his act together, and what are the things I would want people to say about me in the end? So, I've lost both my parents, and one of the best things about that process was standing there at the visitation and people walking through that line telling me all these great stories about my dad, and the same with my mom, but with my dad especially. And the guy was a servant of our small town. It was, it was emotional. I can feel the emotions right now just thinking about it. So I was like, what do I want people to say to my kids when that day comes for me someday? And so I wrote that second eulogy out, try to get it out every quarter, take a look at it. Does my calendar match up with what I want people to say about me when it's all over? And that was a big deal for me.